Hey everyone, let's have a chat about The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky. The basic plot is very simply summarized down to the crew of a tunneling ship going on a long-haul contract and the adventures they have on the way there and at the contract site. That's basically it. Doesn't sound that exciting? I don't know if the story itself is very exciting. I have my troubles with the book. When I started the book, I was very taken aback by the detailed descriptions of all the species and pointing out the differences they had and all those things. Partly because I don't care that much about the differences and detailed descriptions, and partly because I can't remember. So I was a little bit overwhelmed and I was lacking a little bit of story. But I was open for it and hoping it would continue to have more story. But the general story isn't that much that grips your attention, I felt. It reads very nicely, the book. The writing is very well done. I can't complain about that. I can't even complain about the characters. There's nothing wrong about them. Nothing that rubs you wrong or puts you off or doesn't interest you. But most of the book feels like it's telling you how to be or so. This universe is populated with a lot of different species who get along together, who have treaties and work together and all of these things. And we get to know a lot of them and how they interact, how they are different from each other. And what I didn't like towards the end still was kind of the human bashing. It was always made clear that the humans are very unimportant, that they are very stupid, very slow, that they are warmongering, that they have limited access. The humans themselves kept always checking their bias and that they shouldn't judge other species on human biases. And even though that may be a true point, all the other species were just hypocrites because they were just as warmongering, just as xenophobic as everyone else, and just thinking they're superior to everyone else. And all of the things, I didn't know what it wanted to tell me. Basically, we have this crew who's a mixed crew of mixed species, and I think the book wanted to be like, this is how we should all live together and how we should be. But everyone around them made things so hard, and it was such a unfriendly environment, and the space didn't look like a good space to be in, and all the communities or treaties and everything. I was just like, you're just all mean and hate each other, and you just found a way of living with each other, but you don't really want to. And even on the cruise ship, while the humans kept always checking their bias, everyone else was totally okay with saying like, oh, stupid humans, always doing this, always doing that. I don't understand that. So that's why I said the human bashing. It was always good for everyone else to voice their criticism and their superiority. But for humans, they had to be taken back and being small and looking at what they have done, despite all the other species. Well, not every other species doing all the same things, but other species had the same flaws, had the same difficulties, the same mistakes in their past and history. And all of this was just, what does it want to tell me? That's kind of what I'm questioning with this book. It has a lot of interesting aspects and reactions and behaviors, but it doesn't really make a stand. You know what the author wants. You know what the author thinks is good and what is bad, but it doesn't really get you anywhere. I don't know. So, these are my thoughts on the book. Let's talk about this because everyone seems to love it. It's a very hyped book, and I want to know why. What did you like about it? What did you like about the species? Did you maybe feel the same about the descriptions and had some similar thoughts, or took a different stand on it? I'm curious to read what you have to say. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.